can't play tabletop RPGs.
Guys, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. If you want to know why Dot plays tabletop RPGs, you'll have to find out someday. But we are here. Oh man, for Men of Letters.
Did you say Arise, minions?
I did. Yeah. That's what I say every time.
I missed it.
Oh yeah, I shouted it out. Just for you, Marcy. Arise, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming, where sometimes we play tabletop games. We're here with with not the full cast and crew. We're missing our little gnome friend. He is a sick boy, so send him all your love on Twitter. But we are here with Marcy and Colin from Venom Rollbooth. We are here with Jess, aka Burst of Hope. We are here with the littlest of red dots. And we're ready to jump in and do something. I don't know. I used some time magic, and now Marcy's running the show, so that's pretty much what's happening. That being said, before we jump in, there's a bar in the center of the screen. It has two functions. One is to allow me to unleash all manner of eldritch horror on these unsuspecting victims, I mean players. And the second more important thing is that any amount of money in that bar goes to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing players at the end of the month. So if you guys want to support this show and this cast directly, you can do that. If you guys want to support the channel as a whole, please go check us out on Patreon. With that, previously on the first episode of Men of Letters, the Foxglove is one of the oldest establishments in Arkham, having been built at the outset of the town. Many a traveler has walked through its gauche, plum-colored wooden door to spend a night or two in the stylized Victorian watering hole. But as fate is wont to do, in a place that old, not all of the Foxglove's guests have made it to checkout the next morning. Having discovered that they had been launched back in time by some kind of eldritch means, Jack, teaming up with the unlikeliest of allies in Bradley, has taken it upon themselves to save the Men of Letters from their fate on that night of January 6th, 1927. You guys have just left the Foxglove. All five of you, Hiram, Bradley, Tora, Joey, and Jack leading the way. You had just saved, what was his name, Edgar? I'm pretty sure it was Edgar. If it's not Eddie, it was Eddie. You guys had just saved Eddie, who was one of the people, one of the Men of Letters who had died this night the first time. You had 5 more people to save, at least, in town, Marcy, and you were headed, or Jack, and you were headed to Zinko's. So, as you exit the doorway, Bradley is telling you a story about how he broke the second of 5 knuckles.
Yeah, as I recall, the reason that Bradley thinks that he remembers this is because he's done something like it before, and people wouldn't leave that sentence alone, and we're like, what does that mean? And Bradley got all flappy, as he usually does. Bradley, this entire... I think it's important to contextualize. He's telling everyone else this because he's built up a feeling of trust with them, but since it's now back in time, I don't think he's really put together that they don't fucking know who he is right now. So, but Bradley says that I had used the first wish for an egg to test it, and I got an egg. The second, well, as a leech, I'm not allowed to do anything. That's why I started studying magic in the first place. It's not a trade, and that would embarrass the family if I had a job, so I studied useless things. And I thought back to one of the things I'd studied, the Jack the Ripper murders, 1888. I had always been fascinated by them and the mystery, and so I thought, for my second wish, that I should get an answer to who committed those murders. It's grisly things. And that's why, and because that happened.
Joey, you have been a newsie for some time, and you have a strange newspaper. Jack, you've been around the block, and as has Tora. you all seem to recall that this murder has not been solved. So if Bradley in fact did get an answer, he doesn't seem to have told anyone, as it is still an unsolved murder. This conversation happens, as you ponder that thought, on the walk to 1 Zinko's. You are headed through the switchback streets of Arkham, old cattle trails, now cobblestone roadways, as you sort of meander down the main thoroughfares, Jack too keen to save his friends and seemingly forgot about his vehicle, as has led you down the main road of Garrison Street towards Zinko's. What are the rest of you doing as you take this walk? It's probably going to be a good 20-25 minute walk as you make your way across the city.
I have a question for the, what was your name again?
Bradley Leach. We know each other. Well, I know you, I suppose.
Have you been stalking me? No, we can talk about that later. No, look, whose hand did you break? It does all these things.
It's called the monkey's paw.
You broke a monkey's paw?
No, well, it's mummified and also magic. It's an item, and it's a monkey's hand, and it's mummified, and by snapping a finger, you can wish, and that wish becomes true. I wished for an egg. I got an egg. I wish to know the identity of Jack the Ripper, and I know it.
But you've not told anyone?
No. It's happened already, so what's the point?
What's the point? He's gotten ladies in the street. That's the point. You're snapping monkey paws, and you know the identity of Jack the Ripper, and you've not done nothing?
I think I did quite enough, actually.
You're scared, aren't you?
I wasn't always like this, you know.
Well, what happened? You took too many paws.
It's you.
Not exactly. It wasn't me. I was in their skin.
Whose skin? You don't wear other people's skin. That's gross.
His name was Dr. William Gull. I was Dr. William Gull. But I wasn't. You see, I was me. But I felt what he felt. When the things he did, I did. But I didn't do them. You understand?
Because you poorly worded a wish.
Oh, I see. It's like the genie playing a trick on you.
Yes. The fifth wish is what produced this situation, I think.
What situation? You mean our letters to the men letters?
No, that was Jack. No, me. All of us having come back 2 weeks.
You really think that's what happened?
Well,
back in time?
I know it's what happened. I was there.
Joey looks at Tora and Jack and goes, is he crazy?
My gut says no.
Joey,
Nonsense.
how old are you?
For real, or just what I tell people? Like dig my toe in the ground? Because Jack has to like point.
How old are you?
I'm 13.
Is
Next week.
Next week? All right. Yeah, it's been about 2 weeks.
Wait, Bradley. Did we not celebrate Joey's birthday in the first supposed playthrough? As Joey's mother in this timeline, I am very disappointed if we didn't.
Yes, we absolutely did.
The octave.
Did you guys celebrate?
I'm just behind, like.
Nobody's ever celebrated my birthday.
There were small hats.
So, to be fair, Bradley, you weren't there yet. And Jack, you know exactly why we didn't celebrate the birthday. Because Joey had been kidnapped.
Yes. Yeah.
So
yeah, we don't talk about the birthday right now.
We don't want to ruin the surprise.
To be fair,
surprise.
she was kidnapped by her dad. So it's like, you know.
It's true.
It was just a parental field trip.
Oh my god, so messed up. Okay, so I'm 13 next week. Well, what about it?
Well, so we got to know each other over a couple weeks.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I know if it proves it to you, I don't know how I would know this otherwise, because I didn't even know that you were a girl. About, God, how long did you say ago? 7 years ago, you escaped from a fire? Just about? Or was it 6?
How did you know that? Were you there?
The same way that we know that name that makes you pass out.
Yeah, that's the one. We're not going to say it again.
Professor East?
No.
Professor Weist.
I
shouldn't laugh at Joey's.
I was going to say, Joey looks a smidge uncomfortable. He's like, I know, you know, a lot of things. No, most people don't know I'm a girl.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, we got to know each other.
A strange kind of like googly-eyed smile crosses Joey's face. Really?
Yep. Kind of. You occasionally, what's the word for it? What Peloton use? Project?
Project?
Yeah, but like in a sort of outward sense.
Okay.
Joey projects?
No, Tora.
Tora.
Oh, I was like, kindred spirits? Hello. No, this whole time, like, I am very upset that I seem to be the only adult that can't remember. So I'm flipping through, like, my occult secret tomes, which really I don't understand 90% of what it is in it. So I'm just, like, flipping through it and being like, yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Of course, I lived 2 weeks of my life and rewound, and now we're in an alternate timeline. Yeah.
So to be fair, Hiram also is an adult who doesn't remember, but he doesn't seem to care. He's just sort of going with the flow. He's like, yeah, that's all right. Makes sense to me. We did the whole we going back in time thing. I guess whatever it is, whatever sends back in time is going to punch it in the face until it stops sending anyone back in time. Until it can't even read a clock. I'm just going to punch it with these hands. That's spot on, Hiram, guys. Don't even.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
Every time you
Nailed
play
it.
Hiram, it's like
Joey's here. It's like Gnome's right here playing with us. And
Distant gnome screaming.
And I'm just gonna punch it in the face until it goes back into whatever hole it crawled out of, you know. Direct Hiram quote. Yeah. So you guys continue your inquisition as you turn down onto East Pickman Street, heading through French Hill and Brick Hill of the various quarters, so to speak, of Arkham. And you get down to a more sparsely populated section of the city. These aren't the docking warehouses, but they're more like not quite industrial buildings. That's not the right time, but they're like office buildings with like warehouses below them. And Zinco is one of those. Jack and Joey, you've been in the city long enough. Bradley, you as well, but I doubt you've been to this side. It's where like the blue collar work, and that's a lot for a leech.
Mother wouldn't have approved.
Right. in even seeing blue-collar workers, never mind being one. So at least Jack and Joey know the vague vicinity of this, and you see almost an out-of-time kind of building. It's like a large, like 3-story, like almost factory-esque building, and it has like these comically large text that says Zinco, like a sign across the thing. It's rumored that Zinco makes toys. They also seem to make like parts for things. Like you've heard of this newish assembly line where they're using parts of weapons or creating parts of weapons. They make parts like that, like small miniatures that go inside of like, you know, a long rifle. That kind of thing. But also children's toys. It's a weird combination of things. You know, like toys that articulate, or like a nutcracker. They make the little inside sprockets that go inside those. So it's a, you know, back and forth kind of thing. That being said, as Marcy eyes me incredulously, you arrive outside of Zinco's.
Ooh, dolls are Mercy's personal nightmare. This is gonna be fun.
Oh, if we're getting close to that animatronic snow.
Oh, Joey starts getting excited. This is where they make toys.
Man, like guns for legs. Oh no.
Secrets.
Listen,
Horror doesn't need tentacles.
Listen,
just creepy toys.
I want to put it out there, just for posterity, that I said, "Hey guys, what are you afraid of?" And everyone went, "Nothing." And then Jess went, "Spiders." And I was like, "Cool, I won't have any spiders." So far, I've meticulously found every one of Marcy's fears. Just checking them off a list.
I put them in the back of the library where I can't remember them.
Yeah, wait. Why would we keep our fears at the forefront of our brain?
Yeah, I did my due diligence and asked, okay?
There's a tiny Marcy in my brain, like the guy from Dreamcatcher, who puts all my fears, sticks it into a vault, locks the vault, and then it's done.
This is not my fault. I said, "Hey, what are you guys doing about your fears?" And you were like, "Don't have any. I'm fine."
I'm gonna take out my fears on dolls today.
Perfect.
Yeah, we got this. We got this.
Oh, Marcy, you kill me. So you guys arrive outside of the Fear Palace. Zinco's. There is a
Zinco's the Fear Palace.
there is a wooden door. With a single pane of glass window in it, adjacent to a large like garage kind of opening door, an overhead door for the time, and there is no one outside. There is a light that kind of sticks out over the door, and it kind of has that orangey weird kind of glow of new light bulbs, like new electricity. Other than that, you guys are alone on this street. Night is approaching.
Which of your friends are we going to find?
I don't remember who was here. I don't even know if they're here.
We have friends here.
No, so I had a friend at Belladonna's, but I know that smoke was coming from here too. I haven't been here yet. So what I suspect is that nobody is actually here yet, but they are going to take one of my friends here.
I don't understand. It's a factory. It should have smoke.
It's a weird smoke. It's a sort of noxious green thing that fills the sky.
You smelled the smoke? Green smoke. How do you know it wasn't just like the night air and the lighting?
You would have had to been there.
But I was there, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were.
I don't understand.
Okay.
There will be a way. We'll figure out how to get your mind ahead of itself.
No, I have a question.
Okay.
Okay. We did this once before.
Not here specifically. I wanted to come here.
So we're changing the timeline.
It's already changed.
It's already happened.
It changed the moment that I took you all out of the to make my friend.
Nope. Bradley mentioned the tall one, the big, beefy, strong one. That
Hero.
no, Brad. Yeah. Well, that one.
My name's Hiram. I got a name.
Joey's father, Hiram. wasn't here, right, to begin with. Neither were you, right? You were all fumbly fingers and were like, I'm not supposed to be here yet. I'm here now.
It's so nice to see you, Tora. Yes, that's correct. But you're thinking of it as having going to happen in the future, but it's actually in the past. Your future, what you think of as the future, is actually the past. It's just a different
You're
past.
rambling, and I really wish that this rambling was such a strong enough brand that I could experience my memories, but I can't. So I feel like I'm going to end up reliving my annoyance with you. And I am just treating this as an alternate timeline. There's no way I can relive the past. This is a new...
Well, that's true. I guess I'm wondering. I mean, we messed it up last time, right? Which is why you finished off your monkey's paw or whatever?
Yes, essentially, right?
Okay, so if we save these people, what's different this time? Who is the bad guy? Who did all of this?
I don't want to say his name so he won't pass out.
Oh, he did all of this? He's supposed to be dead.
It's a little more and yes, he is, but he's not dead enough. I think death might be a little insane.
He's working with an organization called the Church of Starry Night.
Yes.
Sounds fairly harmless. Maybe
Makes
a little
me
zealous.
nauseous when you say that. Why is that? Is the mark still there?
Have you checked?
No, because I've not really had a reason to, but I guess I'm wondering.
It's not like you can't feel it. I mean, if you reach back there, you'll feel something, but there's not like a burning or like any weird sensation.
Well, Joey has no reason to put her hand under her shirt, so just be weird. Okay, just be weird. Okay, so he's working with like what a bad group of bad guys.
It's a cult dedicated to
a cult.
I guess the void, or bringing in creatures from beyond the stars.
Void? Creatures from beyond the stars? This is getting weird.
Is it not weird already?
I've never known normalcy, so...
It's interesting. I don't think you mentioned that the first time around.
Okay. So, you don't... they're not here yet? Your friend or whatever?
I don't think so, but if there's a machine inside of that room, we need to disable it.
Yes.
Machine? Okay, well, I'm really good with machines and disabling stuffs and building things.
I know you are.
Really?
Let's get in first.
Okay.
So, is there a front entrance, back at?
Yeah, you guys are
door.
standing at. There's a wooden door adjacent to an overhead door.
Okay.
How do you guys want to approach this?
I think I can actually. I've got some things for this. Hang on.
Don't worry about breaking anything. I have a way to fix it if you break something.
Oh no, I can pick the lock. Is it locked?
It is locked. If you go up there and give it a little jiggle, you can see that it is in fact locked.
Trained in that.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's have it.
Okay, so that's a speed.
It's going to be a difficulty 3.
So it'll go down to a 2?
So if you click on the button that says lockpicking, right?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. I see. It'll do it automatically. Got it.
Yep.
Aha! Success.
You succeed, yeah. So describe what you pull out to pick this lock.
Okay. Joey digs in his little side satchel. He's got a few like small things, but he pulls out kind of like a wad of newspaper. He like tosses it in his mouth, and he's like gets it all like moist and like weird, and like turns it into like a pulp almost, and like pushes this pasty business into the lock and like jiggles it around. And he's like, just wait for it. And as it like dries and hardens, it makes a fit of the key itself. He basically makes a mold, and then he clicks it. And the door pops open. And I now have a permanent paper key.
4 Zinkos.
4 Zinkos.
So as you click and begin to slide the door open, I need everyone to roll me a perception. So this will be intelligence.
Hank also trained in that.
The difficulty is going to be 4 on this one.
I'm gonna spend some edge.
Success for Joey.
2 levels of effort.
Jack, your preternatural senses will help you here.
Yep, thank you.
I'm trained, so difficulty 4, just barely.
Marcia, it sounds like you have a small box of cats at your feet.
I have a small box of cats.
It's okay, you're fine.
I love it.
I'm just teasing you.
They found a treat bag. Hold on, I gotta something here.
So, as you guys are opening the door, it seems as though everyone has succeeded. Cool. So as you are opening the door, that kind of and creaks open. You hear like a pebble hit the ground, and then you hear like another pebble hit the ground, and then another pebble hit the ground. There's enough space in between them that it doesn't sound like, you know, like a bunch of rocks falling, but it seems as though something is kicking rocks or trying to get your attention.
Can we decipher which direction it's coming from?
Up.
I'm going to immediately cast my force field around myself to give myself some armor.
Okay. Yeah. So you have like the little sheen kind of surrounds you for an instant and then disappears. Yeah. It seems like these rocks are being tossed from above you, like small little pebbles.
Can I step out and see?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you just take a look up?
Because I'm a child, I roll my newspaper.
Perfect. As you twirl your newspaper and look through the hole, you see a shadowy silhouette in the twilight sky on top of one of the roofs. And their hands are on the essentially the parapets of the roof, right? Like the little barrier, and they're leaning over and they're looking right down at you guys. And you see them pick up another rock and sort of like toss it down there towards you.
I grab I grab anybody near me and I go, hey, I kind of smack him with the newspaper. Look.
What am I looking at?
You also see the silhouette of a man.
Spooky.
Hello?
What? No.
Did he just talk to it?
You see the man reach over the side and point, and you see that where he's pointing is just on the edge of the building, and you see that there is a fire escape that, you know, switchbacks up to the top of this building, and he's pointing towards the fire escape.
I think some of us should go up there.
And then some of us, we're gonna split the party?
I was going to suggest for safety, perhaps we should stay. I don't know. I'm not used to making the decisions.
Then why did you speak up?
I'm nervous.
Joey goes, okay, look, I'm small. I could go up the fire escape and meet you inside.
No, someone is going with you.
Yeah, I got it.
You don't know who that is. Perhaps Jack and Joey. Well, we can all go. It's fine.
Are you implying that I can't handle myself, Bradley?
No, I'm implying that Jack has...
Are you implying a small child should go directly into danger?
I'm not that small.
Joey's not a small child. Joey's a young adult.
A small young adult.
A normal-sized young adult.
Right, and no one would suspect a thing when Joey becomes dangerous, especially when backed up by a woman. Bradley.
But Jack might know the person up there.
That's true.
That's a fair point. But why would a person that Jack knows be throwing pebbles?
Jack is rather handsome and distinctive.
Well...
distinctive.
All right, how about this? How about you all wait here by the fire escape? I'll go check it out, and
I can go with you.
If you'd like, you can come with me.
Me and Joey can stay here.
Yeah, you have Hiram. That's fine. Okay.
Okay.
I
So
wanted to go with Jack. I just like say under my breath.
Everyone does.
I just decided that Eddie's played by Eddie Redmayne. That's a fact. So it's Jack and Tora are heading up to the fire escape, right?
Yep.
So you see
Jack
that.
allows.
So you see that it's one of those fire escapes that the stairs kind of pull down, and unlike normally, there is a chain hanging on this that you can actually pull it down from the ground, as if somebody was planning this. So as you kind of yank down on this thing and you guys begin to go up the switchbacks, you get to the top of the building in the waning light, and you see that there is a man in a decently well-dressed suit, and he looks over at Jack and he says, "Jack, what are you doing? Why are you going in Zico's?"
Oh, good, it's you. Great.
Yeah, it's Tommy.
Of course, I know your name.
You brought-
It's Tommy.
It's yeah. What do you mean? It's of course it's Tommy Patterson. What do you?
How handsome is Tommy?
I mean, do you like chubby Irishmen?
No.
Well, then he's not
Sometimes.
attractive. If you do like chubby Irishmen, then ooh boy. If you like chubby boys from Southie, then he's your guy for sure.
Ayo.
Hey, listen, what are you doing? This isn't even your job. You're supposed to be at the Fox Club.
What are you doing here?
What do you mean? What am I doing here? This is where I'm working. I'm working the Zico's case.
What case is the Zinko's case?
It's kind of a need to know, Jack. What do you?
I gotta know.
We're all part of the letters. It's okay.
Who's the
This is one of the recruits.
Jack? Who's the broad?
recruit?
You brought all the recruits over here,
Yeah.
Jack.
Down below, Bradley is just like trying to keep his cigarette away from Joey.
It's not tobacco.
Jack,
It's really not.
they're not gonna like this. You can't just go taking recruits willy-nilly all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah, but you can't just go dying, Tommy. Now can you?
It's true, you die.
I mean, random lady, I wasn't planning on dying today, so I mean...
Well, according to alternate timeline Jack, you do die, and that's why we're here.
Yeah, I just came from about 2 weeks in the future, and you're dead there. So, I know it's a lot to take in.
Jack, are you on the sauce again?
You say that like I never left it.
All right, well, you're talking a little bit crazier than usual. I don't know what you're on about.
Yeah, good. I had a way to prove it to other people, but I don't know a way to prove it to you. Second, guess this is
You see this cat?
It's a series of
That's
cats just
why.
coming on. Listen, I'm here. I'm watching this building for. There's some strange activity going on. It's been going on here for weeks. They're not making the normal parts that they normally make. You know, for like the dolls and everything else. They're machining some. I don't know what it is. We haven't gone inside yet. We're still trying to see who's coming in and who's coming out. I've only been here for a few days.
Yeah. Well, let me save you some time on that. It's a man named Herbert West and the Church of Starry Night.
I don't know a Herbert West.
He's a crazy scientist.
See, Joey passes out.
Crazy scientist person died about 7 years ago in a fire.
I'm sorry. So you're saying that there's a dead guy who's now he's dead.
Undead.
He's dead several years ago, and he's back now. And then you went to the future and killed him, and now you're back now.
I want to remind you that I'm a werewolf.
No, I remember that. That's normal at this point, but the rest of what you're saying is a little bit not. So
A little strange. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so hypothetically, there's a dead guy who's back, and he's working with the Cult of Starry. What was it?
Starry Night.
The Cult of Starry Night. Okay.
Wait. Tommy. Jack's gonna name off the other parts of the city. There's like, is there another job? Because I just got here from home. Is there another job at the university tonight?
Yeah, there's a job at the university. There's a couple of jobs going on in the city tonight.
And the cemetery?
No, this one. It's the Memorial Park.
Memorial Park, that's the one. Oh, I just found some. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
What?
And then there's another one at
The factory.
There's one at a factory down by Rivertown, and there's one in there's a research facility down off Saltstone.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Why? What's going on?
I think we have a fucking rat.
You think we have a rat?
Yeah.
Like in the Manilettas?
Yeah, I think so.
Why did my accent become New York all of a sudden? It's been slowly transitioning this whole time.
Sort yourself out, Mike.
You know, man, it's been a day.
Irish, New York.
Yeah, you know, it's Bostonian. They're adjacent. So you think that someone's targeting all of us then?
Yeah, I think so. Well, most of us. I don't think I had a target.
I don't think a lot of people know who you are, Jack.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Okay. So we.
That's a total mood.
Yeah. Where's safe then?
Huh?
If we have a rat and everyone's being targeted, where is safe? Where do we go?
I'm gonna take out some. I imagine that I might have rolling paper for tobacco.
Sure.
And maybe a pencil, and I can draw out the star that the places connect to B.
Yep.
Well, your choice. I don't think it's here though.
Is the foxglove? Is that all right?
No, point at the. It's part of it.
Huh. That's usually our fallback, but
Wait, doesn't Belladonna own the same factory?
Belladonna, yeah, she owns this one here, and he points to the factory in Rivertown.
Hold on. So all the men of letters were wiped out except Jack and Belladonna.
And Belladonna.
Belladonna's
And
not
there's
a
a-
man of letters.
Yeah.
But she owns the factory. She owns the building.
She knows a lot of.
Oh, we did not trust Belladonna from the beginning. Did I not call that? Both that
Right.
damn light switch trap and that woman Joe was like, I don't like her.
Yep.
We'll get answers.
I don't know if it's Belladonna per se, but maybe somebody who's close to her would know.
I mean, she just
He
trafficking
really looks worried about that. Like the moment that sentence leaves his lips, he's like, "Oh God."
Yeah, but I mean, she's never been a man of letters, but she's she's kind of like one of the fold. She wouldn't. We allow her to do her job.
Does she
here.
fund
Does she
the
fund
men of letters?
No, not in like a monetary kind of sense, but she, we do a little things here and she does little things here, and then, we turn an eye and she turns the other one, and then sometimes we help each other out. It's like a mutual kind of thing.
So if someone paid her more than what was worth these things that you guys trade off on?
I don't think that she really needs the monetary kind of value.
Well, she knows a lot about magic, doesn't she?
Bradley, go away.
No, this is
how'd you
Colin
get up
talking.
here?
Thank you.
Yeah, so, Colin, you would know, she's a witch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because who's at the head of the cult? Someone who knows a lot about magic?
That's
I don't know.
true. So you've never seen the head of the cult. You've seen people in the white costumes with the black triangle, and then you saw one other person who was in a similar garb but different headdress, and he had masculine physical features. So you know that's likely not to be Belladonna, that person, but you don't know what the hierarchy is of the cult.
Yeah. Fair. Yep. Okay. Sorry.
I
Intruding
don't-
on the scene. I
don't think it's Belladonna. She's more or less one of us.
She sounds like a neutral party that could be swayed.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think that she would, but she might have spread some information to somebody.
Okay. what do we do now? Do I abandon my post or what?
Abandon your post. I don't think there's anything good you could find here.
Wait, how did this Belladonna woman react to the death to begin with, Jack?
It happened pretty quickly. She was surprised. She hadn't seen the machine before. At least I don't think she had. And then she kept us up for the next couple of nights. I don't think she would have done it. She kept helping us.
Oh?
Yeah, put us up. Let us stay there.
Oh.
Marcy, roll me a history, or whatever you have that counts for history. It'd be intelligence unless you have some kind of recall.
Yeah, I got intelligence. There we go.
It's going to be a difficulty. Man, you've been under a lot of mental stress. I'm going to say it's a difficulty 5, but you can convince me otherwise. You can convince me of any of your skills that might help you.
No, I'll take the 5, but okay. I do have 2 levels of effort that I can.
You should be able to spend up to 3 now.
Ooh, I'll spend 2.
Okay.
Why not? Boop. I got a success.
Okay. Then a success it is. You recall, as you're having this back and forth about Belladonna, and hearing Tommy's accent, you remember a small boy called Henry who ran inside screaming, "Mrs. Belladonna! Mrs. Belladonna!" Henry, who Joey hated. It kind of sticks out, and then you remember that he handed her an envelope in which she opened. It bore 4 sentences that she only revealed to you. And then you kind of told the gist of to everyone else. The sentence said, the book has been uncovered, the knights have fallen, the horsemen ride, hoist the colors. And that was all after the smoke burst into the air, which has kind of set you on your course. You recall with that success that the book she was talking about was called the something. It's the Vermis de Mysteris, I believe is what I called it.
I had that written down somewhere.
But whatever was happening that these deaths were the final bell toll for was involved in this book being uncovered. The knights have fallen is that's code for the men of letters are dead. What the horsemen ride means, you're not sure. But again, with that success, you just killed a man very proficient in mastering death. And hoist the colors sounds kind of like rally your bannermen.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it was her. She put us up and took care of us. She helped you out with your magic, Tora.
Well, I guess I'll have to take your word for it
but
until I get my own memories.
She was trying to keep something secret. And if it hasn't happened yet, we might be able to find the book before they do.
The book?
Maybe. Or maybe they already have the book and we can find it. It's called the Vermis de Mysteris. De Mysteris?
Yeah.
I'm really bad at Latin, I'm sorry.
Is Tora versed in Latin?
On the character sheet, no.
I mean, given your background and what you're doing and whom you hunt, would that make sense for you to be at least have some tangential knowledge of Latin? I know Bradley likely does and could probably translate that for everyone as well.
Look at Bradley smirk. Leech.
Bradley's just on the ground I feel like there's Latin somewhere.
Right.
I smell an ancient Etruscan dialect somewhere.
I think Tora would be studying Latin from a occult practical standpoint, so she doesn't have fluent understanding, but she can
Okay.
get a gist.
In that case, I will say give me a difficulty 5 intelligence roll.
Okay. Do 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 do. Nope.
Nope. Yep. So you know that it is in fact Latin. It is not something you have studied. It is not a book you've heard of, and you are unaware of the translation of its title. And Tommy looks to you and says, "It's the it's the what? I've never heard of that book."
The Worm of Mysteries.
I don't know what it is either, but if we head back to the Foxglove, may be able to get from Belton where it's supposed to be.
What about the other locations on your map? Do you want to split up? I'll take one and you take another one?
Yeah. Would it be appropriate to send Hiram with him?
Sure.
Like as insurance and help?
Yep. They will go to Campbell Memorial Park, which is ironically... So in the original past, that's why Hiram didn't show up that night, because he intercepted that one. So they will head back there. And that leaves you with either the factory in which you wolfed out, or the research facility across town. The research facility is the farthest from where you are right now, and the factory in which you wolfed out, found Joey, got attacked, all that stuff is the closest one from here.
Yeah, I'm thinking I actually want to head back to the Foxglove and talk to Belladonna about where the heck that book is. Where it's supposed to be, and then maybe try to track that down instead of the other people.
Okay. Cool.
Send Hiram and Tommy out to just go disband people from their posts.
Okay, so they're going to clean up the other 2 spots and bring everyone back to the Foxglove. Okay, that makes total sense. So yeah, you guys start to descend the switchback fire escape down there. There is a barely intelligible dialogue between heavy Chicago accented Hiram and heavily Bostonian Southie accented Tommy, where no one knows what they're saying, but they're pretty sure they're having a conversation. And they kind of nod to you and they head towards the Memorial Park. Don't even worry about anything. We'll round everyone up and it'll be it's gonna be fine. We'll get it all handled. Take care of it. I'm gonna punch everything in the face. And then,
so new show, Mike does all the characters.
Mike does all the characters.
Yep, that's it. That's what happens when everyone can't show up one day. It's just gonna be me sad doing Harry Potter Puppet Pals. Just leaving. So that leaves Tora, Bradley, Jack, and Joey in the dimly glowing light out front of Cinco's.
Yeah.
So Jack's plan. Your plan is to head back to the Foxglove?
Yeah, head back, and I'm so sorry. I gotta leave for just a moment.
So you guys begin to head back, Tora, Joey, Jack, and Bradley, back towards the Foxglove, new plan in hand. Again, it's about a 20-minute journey across town, 25-minute journey across town. What are you guys doing as you sort of make your way?
As we're walking, I pointedly ask Joey if he knows Latin.
Latin? Let me check my character sheet. I don't think so. I only speak chemistry and science.
Oh, you're a very sciencey. Okay.
I don't think... I mean, I can roll for it.
I mean, Latin is involved in science at some point.
I guess that's true. Can I roll for it?
Yep.
And just...
It's a difficulty 5.
Oh my god. Okay.
And I stage whisper to you. Have you ever
I rolled
heard
a 19!
De Vermis Mysterious.
A 19 succeeds.
That's amazing.
Man, and you have a minor effect. Cool. So she whispers to you, De Vermis Mysterious. What would you like your minor effect to be?
Okay, so this book was talked about in our first timeline, right? Mm-hmm. So I would like her saying it, not only recognizing the Latin, but it triggers a piece of the memory. So I just get a little...
Okay.
Does that make sense? At whatever,
Yeah.
whatever minor level you want to put it, but
Absolutely.
there's just something like triggers and Joey's like, oh, it's
Absolutely.
kind of like deja vu, I guess.
So, you know that Divermus Mysteris quite literally translates to the mysteries of the worm. You know for some reason that this is a grimoire. I don't know if you know what a grimoire is, but you know that word is associated with the tome. And as she says this, and you begin to ramble off the things you know, that little flash hits you. And you recall a time where you're looking out from a watery chamber, and you see that there are several people in white hoods. You see that there is a large black box that is open with a small tray that sort of sticks out. Sitting on top of it is a strangely angular rock pulsing and glowing. And you see a large book on a pedestal in front of that, and a person sort of slides in between the glowing stone and the book and begins chanting something in a language you don't understand.
Yeah, Joey will probably stumble a little and go, wait, I know this. And there was a lab. No, but not the first lab, I guess a new lab. And and I look right at Tora. Did they put me in another vat? Wait, I remember. She doesn't remember. I look right at Bradley. Bradley! Grab him. Did they put me in another vat? Did you let them take me?
No, I didn't let them take you.
Did the doctor take me?
Yes.
What did he do to me?
I don't know exactly. I have ideas. I have thoughts, but
overarching thoughts, right? So why don't you tell details? Just give exact detail. Did you notice anything about Joey?
What did they do to me?
I don't know. I put you in a vat. It was a vat in which he refined his materials. It didn't work in...
Were there any visible scars or stitches or...
Not from the vat. Perhaps from the vat. But around... And he's going to, grab Joey by the shoulder. I don't know how to ask this politely. There may be something on your shoulder. There was at some point in the future. I don't know when that happened, though.
Joey's let me go. And I just rip. I'm like, where is it? Do you see it? Is it there? As if there's a bug under my clothing.
On Joey's left shoulder, there is the symbol of Nyarlathotep.
Oh, that.
I didn't put that there.
No, that's
Joey, are you in any gangs?
It's Nyarlathotep. It's Nyarlathotep. It's
no, Bradley. Don't joke.
Who's that?
I don't have the imagination to make jokes.
And why do you know Nyarlathotep, Bradley?
We talked briefly. Technically, you did too. I think.
What?
I don't understand.
Or you will. It's the point. That is.
You said it wasn't it. Oh God. Okay.
I don't think that's from the vat. As you can see, things are complicated. There's the vat and the many issues surrounding that, all very important, and I really hope that we figure them out. And then there's the other, which is that symbol.
Has to deal with the monkey's paw, then.
No, the monkey's paw was sort of an ace in the hole that I was forced to use. That actually did relate to Nyarlathotep briefly.
Right.
That's how we...
The way I'm seeing it is every usage of the monkey's paw has led to unintended consequences.
Yes, that's a feature.
Uh-huh. So how can you so strongly deny that this marking on little Joey is not related to the timeline?
Yeah.
Caused by the paw.
Oh, yes, it is that. I just meant it wasn't related to the vats of weird things we found. And that Joey briefly was in.
Is it the same scar as before?
Sure is.
Oh, is it? Oh, I thought it was smaller. Okay.
No, it's okay. I'm just asking. No, he had that before.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Well, the scar on Joey's shoulder is he got it after you pulled him out of the vat.
Yes.
So.
But before the monkey spawned.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not crazy or nothing, but I thought you said we started over. It should be gone, right?
No. That's what I was trying to say. It seems like we've started over, but in fact, your future is our past, and that past has happened already. So this is not starting over because it doesn't overwrite what has happened. It's just
Same bodies, different timeline.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I'm 90% sure that I'm 80% sure on that.
So we met Nyarlathotep?
Yes. Things got bad enough where we had to negotiate.
Okay. I'm gonna just pretend like this whole conversation didn't just happen, and we're gonna go back. What did the person on the roof have to say?
Oh, that was one of my friends.
Oh, your friend's alive.
Yeah, it's good. So he's gonna go with Hiram and make sure that the other people at the other locations are gone. Apparently, they didn't take them there. The Church of Starry Night didn't take my friends there. My friends were already there. All happenstance on different missions all at the same time. So I'm thinking that there's a rat in the middle letters.
If that's the case, why do you want to put all the men in letters in one place?
So they're not in the places that they need to be for a cultist ritual.
But if there's a rat,
Okay.
well, that does stop the ritual.
At least they're
but it doesn't-
contained and the ritual stopped.
But
Yeah.
if someone should show up at the...
I guess we'll have to figure out who it is. And we better just solve a mystery in the middle letters. So we got this.
Right.
Perhaps it'll be like an Agatha
Got it.
Christie novel.
Who?
What?
I actually don't know if Agatha Christie wrote it this time.
I don't think she did.
No, I think she was born at that time.
This
Damn it.
is perfect. Don't change that line.
Yeah, no, that's a mistake.
You're like, what?
You traveled forward in time.
I mean, she was alive. She just didn't.
She was a lot.
I don't think she was
Yeah.
writing then.
Oh, yeah, she was.
Was she? Perfect. Then.
Yeah,
There you go.
all the Poirot novels were out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Jack doesn't read.
What is time?
That's fair. So this conversation is happening on your way back to the Fox Club. Is there anything else you are discussing or you want to venture off on a side tangent with before you
sure.
arrive at the disgusting plum door?
Yeah.
Does Brad-
Before we go any farther, I really hope you all get your memories back. And when you do, I'm really sorry for how I was like before. I was going through, mourning all my friends, so it was rough, but I'm hoping we can change that now.
You have changed
We're
it.
on the right track. I mean,
Yeah.
we've made contact with your friends. So.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Jack. I'll keep your friend safe.
Please let go of my leg.
Yeah, basically. Basically.
I would like my memories back, please.
Yeah, I'd like your memories back too.
Bradley heard the stage whisper of Deverma's mysterious.
I mean, it was a stage whisper, so yeah, you heard it.
Okay. I don't know if that was Jess's intent. Okay. Does Bradley know anything more about it?
Roll me an intelligence. Difficulty
this
is 5.
Yeah, but I have a bunch of training.
I know.
I have. Yeah. Oops. So I'm going. It's difficulty 5. Going to spend 2 levels of effort, and I have 1 level asset for training. And I failed.
I believe you have an XP.
Yeah, doing it. This is like my thing. I don't want to
This
fail
is
at my
legitimately
thing.
your job.
This is the god darn it. Thank Christ.
Okay,
There we go.
You succeed. Yes, you too know that this the De Vermis Mysteris is the mysteries of the worm. It is a grimoire, and you do know more because you know what a grimoire is. You know that the book is said to contain spells and enchantments, particularly summoning things from the dark between the stars. You believe it was written by several people, but most notably, it was written by a man called Ludwig Pinn in sometime in the 1800s, I think.
1600s.
That's what I meant. Actually, it's even before then. I believe it was written in the 1200s. This book is ancient times, like Crusader sort of times. The majority of the book speaks like a history on magic, but in a specific region. It starts in the Crusades and sort of ends in Egypt, and quantifies and codifies the different sects and secret organizations in Egypt and their worship of Nyarlathotep and the summoning thereof.
Ludwig Pinn was supposedly one of the few survivors of the Ninth Crusade, and undoubtedly all that blood influenced his writing. Why would Belladonna know of tracking this book? Belladonna knows something, Jack.
Yeah, I know.
What are we going to do? She's a very intimidating woman.
That's true.
I wish I knew. I was just gonna trust her and hope for the best, to be honest.
Jack?
Yeah?
I don't think we can trust her.
Well, if we can't trust her, then who are we gonna trust? She's with the Menelaus, right, Jack?
Yeah. Well, she helps us occasionally, yeah.
You can trust each other.
Yeah. I don't have many options, given that I don't remember all of this pseudo timeline. So right now, I trust as far as I can reach, and that's you, four of you.
Good. Good.
Bradley, you would be more familiar with a section of the book, specifically called the Saracenic Rituals, in which they describe basically all of the spooky legends and lore that happen in Egyptian mythology, but how to do them. Such as ghouls and crocodilic monsters and blood cults and resurrecting of pharaohs. All the things that most, Egyptian theorists believe are just theories. This book goes into great detail on how they are not.
We need to find the book. I think that's our next course of action after we ferret out whoever is compromised Men of Letters.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask about, Donna, is where they usually keep it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do that then.
This sounds like a plan.
As you are getting back there, you're still kind of reeling with this information, Bradley, as your brain is wont to do, and something that you recall sort of peaks in your mind. I'm gonna give you a little intrusion here, if you'll so have it. So who would you like to give your extra bits to?
Give it to Tora.
Okay. Tora, you had a little free XP there. You recall, as you're trying to process the information about Egypt and what's theory and what's real and what's relative, and all of your classes and your mythology books, and your faux mythology books, you recall a piece of writing, just the title, that references a location called the Fane of the Black Pharaoh. You know that fane is a fancy word for temple or shrine or what have you, right? But you stick on that for a second as you recall a very particular black pharaoh that appeared to you in a space between the stars.
I think that book is what will let us close some doors that may have been opened already, or perhaps will be opened soon, depending on how linear time is allowed to be.
What sort of metaphorical doors are you talking about this time, Bradley?
This is more literal than my usual metaphors. I mean doorways to places that stand outside our normal concept of time and space. Kind of doors that one closes on nightmares. In this case, the nightmare is a rather statuesque pharaoh with skin like polished obsidian and a demeanor that makes one rather inclined to submit or cry.
Why do you look so guilty? What did we do, Bradley?
We did what we thought we had to, Tora.
Did we, or was I just witnessing you?
I wish I trusted my memory enough to tell you that.
Do you want to give it a try, Bradley?
Yeah.
Would you like another intrusion, Bradley?
Oh, fuck yeah. Next fucking question, Mike.
Bradley, you recall your memory identically.
Yeah, Bradley was lying.
Tora grabbed the stone. Tora is the one that opened the door into the space between the stars, and you tried to stop her.
Tora. I'm sorry for what I did. I thought it was necessary, and you did your best to stop me. I made the mistake of not trusting you once, and if you'll forgive me, I shall do better than I did before.
Okay. But what happened, Bradley?
It was a stone. I lunged for it. I believed we had some negotiating room with Nyarlathotep. But it turns out that his negotiating leverage was stronger. You tried to stop me from grabbing the stone that opened the door. You failed, unfortunately.
Torek, I want to make an intellect roll. As an empath, I want to check to see how Bradley is feeling.
You know,
because all of this is very confusing.
You know, I feel like since the information was garnered from a little intrusion situation here, that we can continue to play off of that. And
sure.
You don't need to make a roll.
Okay.
He's squirrelier than usual. Something about his story doesn't add up.
Bradley.
Cora?
I've technically only known you for God knows how long, a couple hours at best. But apparently I knew you at least for a week or so.
Yes.
It only takes me a couple hours to understand people's emotions, and as nervous and rambly as you are, naturally, you're lying to me. And that's not fair. If I don't have my memories and you remember the past or the alternate timeline, I need to know the truth.
Tora, I remember being Jack the Ripper and doing unspeakable things to innocent women. And I truly wish that I didn't remember any of that. So, I would rather spare the unpleasant details someone who I don't wish to see in the kind of way that I am.
There's a difference between not knowing, the whole ignorance is bliss thing, and knowing that I have a false truth here. And that is going to eat me up further than not knowing what I may or may not have done.
You can read people. I wish you to read me right now when I say this. Tora, I absolutely believe that you were doing what you thought was necessary.
Tora's gonna leave it at that. Just slow nod at Bradley.
As the slow nod recedes, you guys arrive at the ugly purple door of the Foxglove. Do you guys proceed inside?
Yep.
Okay. The hustle and bustle of the living in Nan has died down a little bit, no pun intended. And Belladonna has seated herself in one of the smaller booths as she sort of wafts a beverage at you as you walk in. She says, did you find everything you needed, Jack?
No, not yet. Belladonna, how much do you remember about the past couple of weeks?
You've been staying here for several days. Your friend Eddie came in. Is the typical men move in and out of the establishment as they are so inclined to do. Is there anything specific you're looking for, Jack? I don't understand your line of questioning.
Like, the past couple of weeks. He's just gonna stare into her.
The past couple of weeks,
Uh-huh.
the traditional sense of the running of the establishment, or... I mean, you've only been here for a few days. I don't understand. There was a... What is today? The 6th? There was a full moon a few weeks ago. I assume that was an unpleasant event for you, but...
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Nothing made the papers, so...
No.
Good
So,
on you.
I need to know where to find the book.
You'll have to be more specific. There are libraries full of them.
I need to know where to find... really bad at Latin. De Vermis Mysteris.
Oh. Why?
Because in about... How long from now? What time is it right now?
8:45.
8:45? In about maybe 12 hours, you're going to get a message. And that message says something like, the Knights have fallen. No, the book has been uncovered. The Knights have fallen. Where's the colors? The Horseman Ride? Something like that. You're going to get those 4 sentences in about...
The first part of that. Because the knights may not have fallen.
Yeah, they're not dead yet.
Huh. She places her rocks glass down and stands. And in a very, commanding sort of presence. One that, causes the flickering sconces to sort of dim for a second. She kind of says in a voice that doesn't sound like the one you recognize, "Good night." And you see all of the people in the tavern rise, or the inn, rise and disappear. And then she reaches over and locks the door.
That's never happened before.
This way. Now. And she walks behind the bar. You see her wrench up the floorboard, the trapdoor beneath that you have seen before. And she opens it and points to the stairs, expecting you to walk down them.
You're trying to tell me I'm supposed to go down there?
I'll go first.
Did you just pop a shroom?
It was actually a handful of what he usually loads into his cigarettes, but just like a palm full of that. So it's like he's chewing on tea leaves right now.
Oh, God.
Okay.
All right, I'll go.
I will say, Joey, you just saw a room full of ghosts disappear for the first time ever.
Joey's a little shell-shocked, I think.
Just keep that in mind. Just saw
I'll
some
put a
ghosts
gentle
go away.
hand on your shoulder, Joey.
Just was gonna... I don't know if I want to go into the basement.
That's fair. Neither do I.
Bradley leans down. It's like, me neither.
Everyone's going.
Obviously, but...
You don't own me. You may own a lot of things. You don't own me.
Yeah, you don't own me neither.
I...
Get in the basement.
Okay.
It will be all right. And Bradley's going to, like, herd Joey downstairs.
Where's Eddie?
He's asleep upstairs. Do you want him as well?
No. No, let him sleep.
Miss Song. And she points to the trapdoor again.
I will walk
There.
and stare at her.
Good. In we go.
It's a hell of a leap of faith. Why are we going in there?
Stares at Bradley. Why do I hate her?
Because this is the only place that's safe to discuss what you want to ask me.
All right, fair enough.
Okay.
And as you descend the stairwell, she walks down behind you, and she wrenches the door closed. And you see her wave her hand, and, you've seen this before, Jack and Bradley. You're fairly certain you're familiar enough with the hand gestures to know that it is elaborate spell work. Tora, you've heard of, but I don't think you've ever seen this kind of thing, but you can sense the energies that are coming off her in waves. And as she waves her hand in these different configurations, you see the same configurations appear as purple light in the air and then affix themselves to the bottom of the trapdoor. And then the entire trapdoor glows and then fades out. And it is sealed as far as you can tell. And she motions you down. And as you take each step, sconces down. And this looks nothing like the trapdoor basement you went down previously to find the Still and Eddie. This looks like exactly what you would imagine a witch in 1927's Sanctum Sanctorum would look like. These are black flame candles, or black candles, purple flames mounting the wall. You descend down a good 20-30 feet, and the room opens up to a room that is at least twice as large as the room upstairs. And the entire room is enshrined in these black candles with purple light. There are various books on pedestals open. Several of them turn pages simultaneously as you walk in. There are different ritual circles on the floors. There are circles within circles. It looks like this is a ritual casting space. Tora, this is the most magical anything in one room you've ever seen. And Bradley, there is more magic here than any of the books in your home combined. Just ambient and sort of bouncing around the place. But you know that Tora, you can feel that this is like it's weird. This is a dead space. You only feel the magic in here. and you feel nothing outside of it, as if whatever she's warded this place with, no one would ever find it if she didn't let them in.
Let me...
You said the book was found?
How do you not remember? If you have all of this power, how do you not remember?
Remember what?
I don't know if we ever asked her.
If she doesn't know about the book, clearly she doesn't remember the timeline.
I know about the book. I don't know how any of you know about the book, and especially you, Jack.
Seems
It's a
like
dirty little
Jack's the
secret
man.
for the men of letters, is it?
It's not a secret for the men of letters. It's a secret from the men of letters, which is why I'm concerned that you're spouting off Latin you shouldn't even know.
Well, Tora is very smart and dedicated, and may not have access to the libraries that you and I have, but it's not as well kept a secret as you think. Well, yeah, I suppose it actually is, but I forgot my point.
The timeline, Bradley. The timeline.
Timeline. We're from the future. Well, technically from the past, but it's your future, or it will be soon, eventually.
What does this have to do with the book, young man?
Jack, tell her.
I don't know what else Jack needs to tell you. Jack gave you the 4 sentences that the letter was given to you in the past timeline, so you know what those sentences mean.
Yes.
Jack just spewed them out to you.
Yes, that means that someone has found a book that should never have been found. They have killed your entire little organization, Jack. And that the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse have ridden, and the world will end.
Oh, that was the literal part?
No, that's no.
No, the book was uncovered was the literal part. Everything else was an allegory.
Okay,
So the book was buried.
No, it was hidden.
I have a question. Joey,
Yes, go ahead, Joey.
Young man?
So, just so we're all on the same page, right? So, we did this once before and everybody died. And they got the book, and the person with the long name that I can't quite pronounce came in fruition. And the cult, they brought the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse out upon us. And then, because you cracked a monkey's paw, we went back in time, and now we're trying to stop that from happening again?
Fundamentally accurate.
Oh.
Nyarlathotep. Let me guess, you know the symbol of Nyarlathotep.
Well, of
Yeah,
course
it's
I
right
do.
here on me.
Of course I'm aware of what the symbol is. But that makes a lot of sense as to why I don't know Miss Song. How
Yeah,
many fingers are left, Bradley?
Unless a monkey has 6 of them, none.
Things got a bit dicey.
Do you understand how the paw works?
I thought I did.
Nope. Nobody
That's the
told
problem
me.
with
Joey.
Hedge wizards.
I'm not a...
Wait a second, you're a real wizard?
Oh my god, Joey!
Sorry.
I've had 2 weeks to convince you of this, and it didn't work. And now we're starting from square one. Yes, I'm a wizard.
A hedge wizard sounds quite...
What's a hedge witch? But you know what? Joey's gonna stop asking questions now.
We need to know where the book was in Belladonna.
So do I.
Okay. So if we were scary cultists, where would I hide a book?
No, that's not the question. Where did they find the book? The cult shouldn't have it either. I have feelers the world over looking for the book. To secret it away from people like that, and people like you, Jack.
The cult was working with...
I don't even know to use such a thing.
That's the problem, is the cult will use it for what it was meant for. You and your misguided band of friends will use it for what you think is best, or at worst, add it to your trove of unique little trinkets. And should someone find that in a well-publicized library in the college...
lady! You can't talk to Jack like that! You can't talk to none of us like that! We're trying to help just as much as you are!
how long have you had feelers out for this item?
100 or so years.
You haven't found a book in 100 years?
I mean, to be fair, it's been lost for about 600, so...
Okay, so, right. I'm going to ignore the fact that you're older than 100. And I'm acknowledging that I haven't had access to a lot of occult and supernatural books, and I'm trying to learn. And I realize Bradley might also be a bookish type. So, those who fixate on the supernatural tend to like books, right?
Yes.
So why would something as problematically important as this be a physical book?
Because someone wrote it down.
Wait.
On a book? For 600 years?
I mean, they wrote it down before the 600 years, but yes, I didn't write it.
I don't think...
Why do any books get written? Somebody cataloged a atrocious amount of knowledge.
Wouldn't the most important magical things not be books?
What's in the book?
Spells.
Okay. Like what kind of spells?
Opening and closing. Blood and terror.
Okay.
That's accurate if whimsical.
Okay. I was not whimsical. All right, so who else other than the cult would want the book? Because I remembered that Dr. West had the book.
I'm ready to catch Joey.
Dr. West has been dead for quite some time.
Yeah, I thought that too, but then they told me tonight he's not dead.
Bradley's just gonna pull out the heart.
What is that?
Oh, that's real gross, man.
Oh.
What is that?
Where'd you get that from?
Oh.
It was in my pocket. I think I mailed it to myself.
Yeah, put it back.
Pocket heart?
Bella, I know
That may have been Dr. West at some point.
Oh my god. Bella, I know you're pissed, but the point is, in 12 hours time, 10 hours, I don't quite remember how long it was. When you get that message, are the one who tells us what it is.
Well, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You need to find the book. I don't have it. I don't know where it is.
But I think Dr. West has it.
Jack, do you remember if they had it down in that basement? You may have been a bit, hairy at the time.
I remember it was definitely in that basement.
Which basement?
You were in the tube.
The one where Belladonna's. It was in the basement of the warehouse that you own, because that's apparently where you like to put Jack on a leash.
That's not where I put Jack on a leash. I'm not his keeper.
Jack on a leash?
That's a different thing, and that happens at the Foxtrot. I don't retain Jack. That's on his friends.
Yep.
What happens at the Foxtrot?
Don't worry about it. Not
Don't
yet.
worry about it. That's why you're when you're older.
But Jack, where you first
Everyone
showed
knows
us
that he's a werewolf.
Yes, okay. When you first showed us that you were a werewolf, because it happened to be changing the moon, and so you were tied up, and you bit me quite a bit, and they also summoned a Shaggoth. I'd never seen one of those before.
A what?
Shaggoth. It's
Don't.
It's for the best.
Don't bother. So, if we know that before the doctor came with his book, what brought him out of hiding? And then in the cult?
Ew.
Me? We should set a trap and catch a dirty doctor.
I don't think the doctor will be there. I think his cultist allies will be there, because last time they were summoning a Shaggoth.
Does the cult have a name?
The Starry Night.
In your timeline, do they have a stone?
They did.
Yeah.
In a tabernacle.
Large black one?
Yes.
Snakes?
Yeah.
Squid-like creature on top?
Yes.
Yeah, actually. I remember pieces of one in the memorial park.
Did it glow, or was it benign?
I wouldn't have described it as benign when I interacted with it.
Oh. Interesting, Bradley. The Cult of Starry Night? Church of Starry Night? Is that what...
Yes.
They're not from Arkham. They are from Providence.
Providence?
Yes.
I had an uncle from Providence. Once. Mother didn't let me talk to him.
Not quite time for stories, Bradley. They had a small church there on a hilltop. I thought they had been dealt with a good 25 years ago by the men of letters. I can clearly incorrect if they have resurfaced. I'm missing that stone.
You have others?
No, I just had the one. There's only one.
They have it.
If you say so.
When did it go missing?
Yeah, when they get it?
About 6 weeks ago.
6 weeks ago. Okay.
Yeah, I think we had a rat.
So,
You think we had a rat, Jack, and we didn't lead with that.
No,
Well, we thought you might have been the rat.
it's true.
we did.
You'd think you could sniff it out better than that, Jack.
Hey, I don't like the way you're talking to Jack.
I don't like how she talks to anyone.
No, not really.
Okay.
But I guess 100+ years would do that to you.
Okay.
No, she's
so
just
if
a sassy bitch all the time.
crazy bitch. Okay, so what now? I mean, we could get the statue back. We know where that is, right? Right?
The stone acts as a key. With the proper words from the book, the stone ignites and forms. Let's call it a tunnel. If
Tunnel?
you interacted with it, Bradley, then you opened the door.
Yes, I
Brad,
did.
If what I believe happens when all of those things conspire, time doesn't work the way it works here, over there. And she kind of like knowingly nods towards you. Meaning if you've opened doors in the future, they're also open now. People just don't know it yet.
so you mean we can't fix it? Or stop it? Because it's already happened?
I didn't say that. I just said that if you opened a door and let anyone through, they're already through in every continuity of time.
So then the cult wouldn't need to open nothing.
But they don't know that.
Which means
So would
that
it
we-
close?
So we still have a chance to trick them.
It can be closed if you have all the proper ingredients.
Now, a little off topic, Belladonna, but if one were to touch said stone
Yes.
and activate it, would there be proof of some sorts that you were the person to touch it?
Bradley, did she touch
Yeah.
the stone?
What?
Did she?
My memories.
Are perfectly clear. I can practically see them in your eyes.
Then why are you asking me anything? I don't want to say it.
Miss Song, I believe you have your answer. And I believe that the validity of it is irrelevant. The door is opened, it doesn't really matter who did it. I fully believe, with the two of you combined, there is no way you could have known what you were doing.
Glad to know we're equally incompetent.
So it was our fault? We're just trying to stop ourselves?
No, I think it's a combination of something, but I think the door was opened by a combination of the two of them.
So we can't close the door.
You can.
You can.
You need the book, you need the stone, and you need to send back any of the horsemen that are already spawned.
What? You want us to send back? Yeah, what Jack said.
Well, Bradley, if you have that heart, one's down. How many more were summoned? Did you encounter any?
There was the Shaggoth.
That's not.
Are we
It's a
talking about
messenger.
4 horsemen of the apocalypse? Like
Yes.
death?
Correct.
There was Nyarlathotep.
Nope, that's his own thing.
Pestilence.
Pestilence,
Yes.
war?
Death,
War.
famine, war, and conquest.
Okay.
Was Herbert West Conquest.
No,
Pest.
Bradley, he was death.
Huh.
He seems to have transcended it himself. I can only imagine what new abominations he's cooking up.
Wait a minute, there were 4 of us and 4 horsemen? And 4... Oh no!
There's five of you, though.
Yeah, there's 5 of us now.
Jack has a breakdown and goes home. So, okay.
Each of us get our own personal horseman.
So let's just take a second and go back to the beginning. We need the book and the stone. We can do that, right? If we have the book and the stone, and these other horsemen, they've already come through or whatever skis, they would come to us, right? Because they would want their stuff. They would want to keep us from closing the door, right?
The horsemen are messengers.
Well, what
Okay.
message are they delivering?
Death, famine, war, and conquest.
So boring.
The 4 horsemen are 4 seals that must be broken before the stone is activated and the door is opened.
Okay.
They don't care once they're released. They just do their job. So if the
okay.
stone is inert, then they haven't done it yet.
So how do
However,
we...
if the door is open in your timeline, that means likely 3 other horsemen exist and are waiting to be activated here.
Jack,
Yeah.
there were 5 locations
Uh-huh.
and 5 cases that the Men of Letters were interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Each of these cases is a horseman. One of them was Dr. West, wasn't it?
There's 4 horsemen.
Then who's the 5th?
There's no 5th horseman.
No, I thought I was
Not
onto
yet.
something.
No, but this is true. Like, okay. So, but we already met some other non-dead folk, right? Like, we tried to. No, I don't remember that. It's fine. I don't know what I remember anymore. So how do we find them, the horsemen? If we're supposed to get rid of them or whatever.
I think 4 of the locations are horsemen, and the 5th is Nyarlathotep being summoned, right? There's the 4 seals, and then the summoning.
Oh, I see. And we know where he's gonna be summoned. We already been there, right?
Yes, and we know that Dr. West was death. So it serves to think, Jack, that the other locations, the other cases that the Men of Letters were involved with are 3 of the other horsemen.
So we should just go to the other locations and they'll just be there, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Should we get the book and the stone first?
We need the book and the stone first. Absolutely.
Okay.
If they... Yes.
And we know where those are, right?
We know where they may be. The warehouse. If we go to the warehouse tonight, which is the
Where did you find the stone?
The stone was with Dr. West, so I don't know who brought that.
Okay. And the book was with the cult.
The book was with the cult because that's what they used to summon the Shaggoth, I believe.
Okay.
It had the symbol.
But Dr. West was with the cult.
No, he works with the cult. That night he was not with them.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that. Okay. Well, then I say we go break up their little cultist party. When we take the book, and then we can bring it back here, and Belladonna, you can keep it safe, right? In your special hidey hole.
Yes.
That seems like a good plan. That's a good plan, right?
As good as any that I've heard.
It's so I'm gonna be honest. How does one fight a horseman?
How did you fight the last one?
I don't know.
Difficulty.
I didn't really.
Probably with a monkey's paw.
Well, we don't
Magic.
have none of the. Well, I'm not magical.
You are a kind.
I'm a magic girl.
That's your other stream.
That's my other stream.
Perhaps I can assist.
Oh yeah?
Take this pedestal, this one, and she's basically telling you to clear the floor. Like, she's using you as manual labor to help clear the floor, everyone here. Take this, move it here to the corner, this
All
corner
right.
here, this other corner.
Okay, yeah.
Tora, stand here. Bradley here. Jack, what day is it? The 6th?
Yeah, it's the 6th.
How many days until the cycle?
About week and a half.
Okay. Here. Joey, here. Where's the big one?
He's gathering the other Menelatus with Anna.
I think he just arrived.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It was an accident.
I think I just heard him pull up.
Was that what that was?
Lay down. On the ground.
What?
Lay down on the ground.
Bradley's already on the ground because
You want us all to lay down?
No, just
Like-
Bradley.
Oh.
No, lay down, all of you.
Oh, okay.
Like that?
On the ground. Yes, how else do you lay?
I lay down next
On
to
the belly down?
I don't
belly
care
up.
how you lay. Lay down on the ground. In the point I told you to stand, lay there instead.
Well, what do you want on the point? My head, my foot, my tummy? Where should we be? We should all feet
I
pointing at
bet
the
you were
center?
that kid in class that always asked too many questions, and then we got extra homework because you asked too many questions.
I'm staring pointedly at Joey like I'm looking at a younger version of myself.
I'm going to let the three of you sort her out, and I'm going to get your imposing friend. And she begins to walk up the stairs. She's gone for about 10 minutes unwarding and explaining to Hiram, and then comes back with Hiram as well, and the wards are now sealed back. There. And she just points to another spot. Lay down. Did you figure it out yet, Tora?
I'm laying here.
Great. You see her stand in the center of you guys and begin to make shapes on the ground with this purple piece of chalk. And then around each one of you, the circles that were already on the ground begin to move across the flagstone and surround you.
To kill us.
At the risk of making this show any longer tonight, I have some serious issues about people doing things to me.
Okay. Well, you see her... so you would know enough that she's assisted the Men of Letters with magic before. And you've heard of a malicious version of Belladonna, and this doesn't seem to be what people have described.
Oh, good.
It sounds like she's
Perfect.
trying to... In her own way, it sounds like she's trying to help you.
Okay.
And so these...
Joey makes note of everything she does because I have something for that.
Perfect. These shifting circles begin to move around you guys on the floor, and then she draws a large one in the center that sort of combines them in a way that almost looks like the points of the pentagram, but now it's all concentric circles. And she stands in the middle, draws a small one around her, lets go of the chalk that kind of floats away and sits itself back in the rest of the magical chalk bin, and she too lays across her own circle. Everyone, close your eyes. Bradley, Jack, recant us with your tale of what happened 2 weeks from now. When everyone wakes up, you should have all of your memories returned, unless something is preventing it. And that is where we end this episode of Men of Letters.
Nice. Oh, memories back. Oh, that'll be good.
Yeah, that should be cool. Next week is going to be a super fun, interesting week. I won't spoil anything. I'm going to say that and that alone. It's going to be super fun and interesting. You should tune in next week for stuff. That being said, guys, this has been Men of Letters. We did some stuff and we found some things out. And Belladonna's back, and she's a sassy old broad.
Well, at least she's not the bad guy.
Yeah.
Bad guy.
Yeah. She's neutral at best.
I super thought she was gonna kill us, to be honest.
I
Like
did
right now?
too.
Yeah.
I was like, she's about to recreate the whole fucking star,
no.
oh gosh.
Nah, so like that's her deal, right? Is she's on the right side of bad, but like she doesn't believe that what the Men of Letters are doing is the right answer, and that what the other worse people than her is doing is the right answer. She believes that her solution is the right answer, which is why she was keeping the book a secret from all of you, because, you know, it's like the Ring in Boromir. He's like, let's use it for good. I'm like, that's a bad idea. Don't do that. Yeah, the Men of Letters are her Boromir.
Got it.
So let's go around, do our introductions, host a buddy of ours, and get the hell out of here. We'll start with Jess. Who are you? Where can we find you? And what are you up to?
Oh, hi. I'm Jess. I go by Burst of Hope on Twitter and other social medias that I may or may not check. I can be found here. I can be found here especially next week doing something maybe side questy related to Men of Letters. We might need a break from horror.
What?
Yes.
So crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah. If you want to see that, which you do. Trust me, you do. You want to see that. It's next week. Same time, same place. That being said, let's jump over to Little Red Dot. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to?
Yeah, I'm Little Red Dot. You can find me there, where I play a lot of tabletop RPGs. This week is kind of crazy, but very exciting. You can catch me Saturday over on Roll For It, and then you can find me Sunday back on my channel for what has been a long-missed Owl game. Marcy can talk about that. That's this Sunday. I'm so excited. So that's happening. And then starting next week, we start the second season of Witch Girl Adventures, so you can tune in for the premiere of the second season, where things are going to get a little crazy.
It'll be a little bit spicy?
Little spicy, little crazy, little yeah.
I'm here for the spice.
Little saucy witch girl action.
Yeah, I'm here for it. That being said, let's talk about the Owl Lycia with Marcy. Who are you? Where can we find you? And what are you up to?
Hi, everybody. My name is Marcy Bell, and I'm one half of the Phantom Roll Booth. And you can find me on Twitter at the handle that's listed below my picture. Sorry, I'm really tired. This weekend is also pretty busy for me. Numeral Glorographica stream has been canceled, but over on Goldheart, we're actually doing one of our stag streams. Basically, if you watch one of the shows on Goldheart, you earn stags, and you can cash those in like games that you play with your choice of DM from us. So we have one of those at 2 p.m. That's fun. Our first one, and hopefully the first of many more. On Sunday, Owl of Lycia is back at 5 p.m. EDT, where we finally leave Sail and go on an adventure to wherever the plot is, wherever that is. I think we're going to the mirror. So that's going to be great. That's going to be on Little Red Dot's Twitch channel. Trying to think where else I am right now, but my memory's fleeting. I think that's all I want to plug right now. I think that's it.
Fantastic. And we'll jump over to the other half of the Phantom Roll Booth. Colin, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
Hi, I'm the other half of the Phantom. I almost started talking in Bradley's voice, and that would have been weird.
Do it. Riley's voice.
I'm the other half of the Vanish and Roll booth, and babe, if I had other places to be, I'd be there, but I don't, so it's just here for now. I may feature on the Owl of Lycia, sitting behind Grant, saying all of Pangoliath's lines again, but quieter. Watching Dot's face go from joy to annoyed at me is just great.
That moment of like, oh, that's great. No, it's not.
I take it back.
Things I have coming down the pipeline. I am publishing an adventure in the Eat the Rich anthology. There's not like a release date yet for that because final drafts aren't even like in until next month, beginning of next month. But it is something I'm going to keep plugging. I want everyone to buy it. The proceeds are going to go for an international charity. It's all about eating the rich, which is like
perfect. Outstanding. Anything else you got there?
Not yet. I got stuff in the pipeline.
Ooh.
Not yet.
Fantastic. Gnome is not here, but you can go follow him at Nomadic on everything. He is our social media tech wizard. So go check him out. He's done a bunch of streams. I think he's on this one and then one on Sunday on Cobalt Press. So go check him out there. And they're doing something about the Margrave. I bought the adventure, but I don't remember what it's called. But they're definitely doing that. So go check that out. Super fun game. Love that cast. Yeah, we're going to get the heck out of here. We're going to go raid our friends over at Actual Play. Sean Nittner from Evil Hat. They are playing Band of Blades with the person who wrote Band of Blades, which is pretty outstanding. So go check them out. They are super cool people. And from all of us, you guys, bye-bye.